Hello guys, this video is to show you how to add and subtract rational expressions. Now, I have to say, so anytime you have to add and subtract rational expressions, you have to think of fractions because they're actually fractional forms. So you just need to make sure you use the same rules you know for fractions, I'm saying, okay? So in this case here on the left, just to refresh your mind, if you have to add two fractions of the same denominators, you just need to keep the denominator and you add the numerators. In this case here, you have 4 over 8, which can be reduced by 4 to 1/2, okay? And this would be our answer. So same thing, you would try to add and or subtract, then you reduce. Same thing for rational expressions. As in this case here, you will keep the denominator, which is x minus 4, because it's the same, okay? For same denominators, you keep it and you combine the top, x squared minus x plus 12 here. And so now the next thing to do is to distribute here, because it's as if you have an invisible 1 here. Remember, so you have x squared, negative 1 times x is negative x, negative 1 times 12, negative 12 over x minus 4, okay? Now, you have to try to see if this is reducible, if you can actually reduce it. How do you do that? Well, it's by simplifying rational expressions, by knowing how to simplify rational expressions. How do you simplify rational expressions? Well, you just need to remember, go back to another video I have, and you will learn that. Then you can come back here, all right? So again, remember restricted values here in this case, when you set the denominator to 0, x minus 4 equals 0, the restricted value will be x equal, so it will be 4. So not equal, x not equal to 4, restricted value here. Keeping that in mind, now you try to reduce, factor the top, I'm saying. Okay, so factoring the top. Again, if you don't remember how to factor, you can refer to another video I have. All right, so in this case here, x, this is a negative c, so I have to negative 12. So I need to find factors of 12 whose difference will give me 1. That's pretty easy, okay, negative 1. So factors of 12 will be 4 and 3, because their difference, negative 4 plus 3 will give me negative 1, okay? That's it. So now, from here, you can cancel out the like factors, and as you can see here, I can cancel x minus 4, right? By x minus 4, one on top, one on the bottom. Turns out that the final answer in this case here will be x plus 3. Now, assuming that x is not equal to 4. That's why it's good to have the restricted value, to know the restricted value, because right here you can't see a factor like x minus 4, but from the beginning, you can see it from there. So this is the reduced form of the original rational expression, okay? Now I'm gonna see another one with you guys. Okay, another one. Let's say we have, let me see if I can find another one to solve with you. Okay, let's say this one here. Okay, got one for you. It's, let me erase first so I can write it down and solve it for you in 1 second here. Okay. Okay, let me write that down. So now it's 3t minus 2. Okay, 1 second. 3t minus 2. Okay, 3t minus 2, t squared over t squared plus 4t minus 12 minus 5 over 2t plus 12. Okay, 5 over 2t plus 12. And t squared plus 4t minus 12. On top I have 3t minus 2. Okay, all right. So in this case here, guys, we need to subtract these two rational expressions. Okay, now first thing you could realize here is that the denominators are not the same. And what do we do when denominators are not the same? We need to find the LCD. Now the LCD least common denominator is, again, I explained from another video I have, is nothing but a denominator that you use for both fractions. Okay, so you can make them, so the idea is to make the denominators the same so you can add the fractions or subtract, because before you add or subtract they have to have the same denominators, right? Okay, well, to do such things we need to factor the denominators just to make sure we know what's in there and what's missing so we can make them look alike, right? Okay, so let's factor h1. Okay, so I'm just looking at the denominators for now. See if we can factor them, right? So for the top, the one on the left, t squared plus 4t minus 12. This has to be, when you factor t to give us t squared, and I need factors of 12 that would give me 4 when I subtract them. Factors of 12 whose difference will give me positive 4. That's 6 and 2, right? So 6 and 2, and I need positive 6, negative 2 to give me positive 4, okay? Right here, there's a GCF on the right. The GCF is 2. If I factor 2 out, I'll get t plus 6, okay? And on top, you know, the top stays as 3t here on the left minus 2. Here it's 5, okay? All right. So for me, guys, one thing I want you to remember is that the goal here is to have the same thing here and here, okay? We need the same thing. So by saying I need the same thing, thinking of this, the LCD, the only thing I need to do here really is just to try to make them look alike. Make this look like this, the denominators I'm talking about, okay? So what do you see here that you don't see here? What do you see here that's not here, okay? In this case, if you look at this closely, you can see that the 2 here is not on the left. So I can put it on the left here, okay? Because it wasn't there, okay? I'm trying to make them look alike. And once you put something in a denominator, remember to multiply it by the top as well, okay? Now, what do you see here that's not on the denominator here on the right? Well, it's t minus 2, because I have t plus 6 here. T plus 6 is here. The 2 is there now, but the t minus 2 is not here. So I'm going to put t minus 2 here. Therefore, I'll do the same thing for the top, t minus 2. Guess what? That's it. That's all you have to do. Then now we can just do the math. So for the top part, it on the left here, it will just be 2 times 3t, so that's 6t minus 2 times 2 minus 4, okay, over 2 times t minus 2, t plus 6, okay, minus right here, you can leave this the way it is now, 5t minus 2 over 2 t plus 6 times t minus 2. Guess what? When looking at this, what do you see? They have the same denominator, right? So Now they have the same denominator. You can keep it and combine the top. So let's keep the denominator. 2 times t minus 2, t plus 6. So you can keep that. And you combine the top. 6t minus 4 minus, we can distribute here. Negative 5 times t is negative 5t. Negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10. That's what we have now. So let's keep going. We can keep reducing, right? We can keep reducing the top. What do we have? Combining like terms, we have 6t plus 6t minus 5t, which is t, 1t or just t. Okay, now negative 4 plus 10 is plus 6. Okay, that's what we have on top. Then on the bottom here, we have 2 times t minus 2 times t plus 6. Okay, that's what we have. Now, all we got to do is simplifying, right? We have now on the top t plus 6, and we have t plus 6 on the bottom as well. A restricted value here will be negative 6, because that will be negative 6 and positive 2, because that would make the denominator 0. But again, that's not what I'm focusing on now. So I'm just showing you how to simplify this. Okay, so now t plus 6, t minus 6, t plus 6, t plus 6, 2 of the same factor on top and on the bottom. You can cancel it. So canceling that on top, you know a factor of 1 will remain. So 1 over 2 times t minus 2, okay? 1 over 2 times t minus 2, okay? This is it. This is what you do to add and subtract rational expressions. And remember, I'm doing this, I just showed you if from start you see the same denominator, what you have to do from the beginning, you just need to combine them. Keep the denominator and combine them. Now, if from the beginning you don't see the same denominators, you need to make it look the same way. You need to make them look alike, which is what I did here. And it's pretty simple. Just try to see what's missing. Factor first. You need to factor the denominators first. And try to see what's missing on each one. And by the way, you can have as many rational expressions as you want, as many fractional form as you want, as given to you or as you want. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and you just need to find the LCD that way. You need to make them look alike, just like I did here. And once you have the same, once they look alike, the same denominator, you can keep it and just combine the top. In this case here, you got to be careful with the negative 5 here, because when distributing, remember to distribute with the negative sign, okay? Because some people would forget to use negative here. They would use positive 5 times t, so they would put plus 5t and plus 10, so minus 10, so be careful, okay? That's all I had for you. This is how you add or subtract rational expressions, making sure that the denominators are the same, okay? Thank you.